Thanks for joining us at xm.com for this Forex Preview video. I'm Christina Marucos, and joining me today is Mario Hadjikyriacos, investment analyst. We'll be taking a closer look at the New Zealand elections and, of course, the outlook for the kiwi. Lately, Mario's, when we say elections, our mind goes directly to the U.S. presidential election on November 3rd. However, New Zealand will elect its prime minister on Saturday. Polls suggest Jacinda Ardern is in for a decisive victory, but risks surrounding the kiwi relate to whether she will win a governing majority. Therefore, how is the election outcome likely to affect the currency?
Hello, Christina. Well, I wouldn't expect any major reaction, any massive reaction in the kiwi, but we might see the currency open with a small gap on Monday. Now, as far as the election, most opinion polls have Jacinda Ardern's Labour Party leading the other main party, the National Party, by 10 to 15 percentage points, which is an almost insurmountable lead at this point. So it looks very likely the incumbent Prime Minister will win another term, and her popularity, I believe, comes down to how well her government handled both the healthcare crisis and the economic crisis. New Zealand was one of the earliest nations to close its economy down. Once they eradicated the virus, they still did not open their borders, and the government has delivered very powerful stimulus measures to keep the economy going. So I believe we are going to see almost a landslide victory for the incumbent Prime Minister. Now, as far as the markets are concerned, the real question will be whether her Labour Party will win an outright governing majority in the lower house of Parliament, or whether they will need the support of one of the smaller parties to form a coalition government once again, which is currently the case with the Green Party. Now, as far as the market reaction, I would expect a little bit of a boost for the kiwi if the Labour Party wins an outright majority, but we have to note on this point, the kiwi actually fell in 2017 when Ardern was first elected. However, I believe that times change. Her Labour Party has delivered a substantial stimulus during the crisis. They did not introduce a capital gains tax as many feared, and the government even ran a surplus in 2018, paying down the nation's debt. The markets in 2017 panicked about the prospect of left-wing policies, but the actual fiscal management of the country was quite prudent. So I believe that this time around we might see the kiwi get a small boost if Ardern is re-elected with a governing majority.
Well, taking a closer look at the kiwi, the RBNZ has already telegraphed what its future policy is going to be, and that has been priced in. Therefore, what other factors could affect the kiwi going forward?
Well, I believe the big one will be the global risk mood, because the kiwi is a commodity currency. It has a very high correlation to global stock markets, and the other one will be the US election. So right now it looks like Joe Biden could win a very decisive victory in the US. If that is the case, we might see expectations for more fiscal stimulus being priced into the markets, and that could be a factor supporting the kiwi. So I'd say that's the major driver for the kiwi over the coming weeks. The New Zealand election might paradoxically be much smaller than the US election in terms of impact.
Marius, thank you for joining me today. This was a Forex Preview on the New Zealand elections and, of course, the outlook for the kiwi here at xm.com.